Mike, 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 Mike. Greetings, greetings, greetings and salutations to you all. Greetings and salutations to you all. Welcome back to another episode of Live on Broadway podcast. Oh man, welcome back to another episode of Live on Broadway podcast, where the situations matter more than the relationships. Perspectives will be respected by everybody. If this is your first time tapping in with Live on Broadway podcast, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. Please take the time out to hit that link up top and show your social currency by hitting that like button. Make sure you tap in also with me. I am _Broadway the Giant on Instagram, or just simply I am _Broadway. Tap in with us on YouTube. Make sure you tap in with the podcast on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, and everywhere else podcasts are available. With that out the way, there's a lot going on outside no man is safe from. They don't care if you Usher or if you Keke. Nobody is safe from any of this. I'm not going to jump right into it, but yes, we will be talking about Usher, Keke, all this other fiascos that's going on out here in the world. I want to simply start by asking and getting a room check, temp check. D, how was your weekend, King? D?
So far, it was good. It was, I got out of here. No, let me start back. Friday, I recorded a podcast for a client, got out of here. Before I got out of here, I went to the Map Hopper show, went down there, chopped it up with them, took some pictures, met some new interesting people. Then I got on the bus, went to Canada, arrived in Canada in the morning time of Saturday, did a whole barbecue and a party for my little baby cousin out there, my son's cousin. Then I jumped back on the bus later on that night and came back to Sunday, and then ran through the Barclays Center and met up with a bunch of people and had the kids out there, and they enjoyed themselves. They even met Scarlett. So it was a good weekend, a good full weekend for me of traveling. I'm laying across my bed right now, chilling.
I love it. I love to hear it. Love to hear it. You was rolling, literally. Big mountain, keep on rolling. How the song go? Proud Mary, keep on rolling, rolling.
I never knew that song was called Proud Mary either. The music buff that I am.
What up with you, Sen? Talk to me. How was your weekend, Queen? Does Sen have a voice tonight? Or is she just a PTR? All right, Allison.
Hey, I had a good weekend. Sorry. Just got back from Colombia with my boosty. So spent a week in Medellin and Cartagena. Had an amazing time.
Aw. See, when I hear Colombia, I forgot who I was speaking to a second ago. I was about to say, you got your teeth done? Your body did? What happened? Hello? But I forgot this is Big Sin, not the little one. You get me? And I love that you got it.
I never even thought about that aspect. They slide.
People actually ask me that, and I'm like, what?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, people did ask me that. I'm like, no, I just went for vacation purposes only. Not that there's anything wrong with that stuff.
Not what I heard.
But just vacation purposes only.
Yeah.
So. No,
I know that's right, girl.
No to that.
So I mean, so the other side to that would be, you know, I start getting that Twitch. You start talking about the Medellin. You get what I'm saying? Like, what you got? Are you the plug's daughter? I mean, what's happening? You Chapo? What's happening? You figured out a new
white
tunnel?
Girls, no white girl, no Miley Cyrus, none of that was involved.
Jeez, I mean,
this trip.
I'm gonna let you tell it. Whatever.
But we did watch episodes of Narcos, just for
how convenient
shits and giggles.
How convenient.
In Rome.
Yeah, right. I don't see no white. Let me check out y'all PTRs. I don't see no whiteness underneath y'all, on top of y'all lip or y'all nose. I'm okay. Anyway, Allison, how was your weekend, Queen? How did you top that? They was in the Medellin. Somebody probably went to get their body done. Somebody probably crossed the Underground Railroad for real. Allison, to that you say what, Queen?
I relaxed this weekend. What's up, everybody? Last weekend though, I was outside. I've been outside probably for the last month or so. So celebrating the birthdays, Cancer season. Hey.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've just been, going out and enjoying myself, living life.
I love it. Shout out to Allison. She's outside. I like it when Allison get outside. That's why we've been experiencing the world burning on the other side, because some things been up in the air, and I'm not sure if it's Canada. Did anybody ever see the fire in Canada? Nobody never seen this fire, right? Why isn't that publicized? Why we keep believing what they telling us with the fire? Anybody ever seen the fire? They publicize everything else. What up, 2K? They publicize everything else. Anybody seen the fire? D, you was just in Canada. Did you see the fire?
Didn't smell or see nothing. Just clear air out there. So something fishy going on.
Y'all stay woke, though. Jenna, how was your weekend, Queen? Greetings and salutations to you.
You gave Jenna the hand claps?
Hey, they're coming. As soon as she comes off her mic, they're coming.
Here I am. Yeah, my weekend went pretty good. I just went down to the lake and got on the boat and stuff like that. I didn't do too much.
Light
I was
flex.
outside a little bit. Yeah.
Light flex.
I love it. No, that's good. Rest in peace and tranquility. Those things are very important. I'm gonna tap in with Dave, Carlito, Bittersweet, 2K in a moment. My weekend was cool. Politics as usual. Getting busy. Vanilla Skies event spaces. If you haven't heard, tap in with us. Jersey City. We outside with it. Don't play with it. It's beauty. It's very beautiful to have this blessing of being able to be off to the races the way that we are thus far. We know that wouldn't be possible without God first and foremost. And everything that we there's a direct correlation to not taking any shortcuts home, because we took zero shortcuts creating Vanilla Skies event spaces. If you guys don't know, I actually own an event space in Jersey City called Vanilla Skies Event Spaces, and it's been amazing. We took zero shortcuts, and as a byproduct of that, we're receiving the same in return. Nobody's looking for shortcuts, because when they step into the event space, they see and know what it is. So thank you for everybody that's been showing us love. Make sure you tap in with us. Vanilla Skies JC, as in Jersey City .com. Vanilla Skies JC.com. Tap in with us. I had an amazing week. Me and my lady, we went out and did not even a date. It was like a day date, and not like because it was the daytime, because we was on a date like for the whole day. We went one place and then we ended up in another, and it was just like the whole day. So shout out to my babe. You know who you are. Hello. Remember they used to do that in the 90s on video music box? Shout out to my boo. You know who you are. But yeah, so listen, a lot's been going on in the world, and we haven't spoken about a lot. So I want to talk about what's going on. A lot of you guys know, if you've been living under a rock, let me give you a brief recap as to what's been going on in regards to Keke, Usher, Baby Father, all that debacle. Keke decided to for some reason or another, after having a baby with her question mark, what's the guy's name? Somebody? Allison, I know you know his name. What's his name? Dion, what's his name? Devion, what's his name?
Darius.
We know a Darius. This is why he did what he did. Because Darius is be Darian. So Keke goes out after having a baby with her boyfriend, with her man. She went out. Hey, Benny. Keke went out, and Keke, for whatever reason or another, just to give a backstory on their relationship, what typically happens with these two is they go on social media, they post things, he posts things, in my opinion, a little bit tasteless, and his underwear, it just seems a little bit tasteless. And Keke decided what most people would do when they get a new body. right? Speaking of the Medellin, speaking of Colombia, most people, when they get a new body, right, they want to flaunt it. They want to have fun with it. They, especially if they haven't ever been that or the hard work, they want to show it off, right? In this case in particular, Keke and Darius had a child. Upon them having this child, Keke, as you know, many women would relate to, her body changed. It changed for the better. Her boobs, they're boobing, and other things is other thinging. So what ends up happening is Keke goes to the Usher concert with a few girls. I don't know all of the particulars. I'm here to learn from you and stand on your shoulders per usual. But as I understand, and I'm going to throw it to you guys just in case I left out any fine detail before I start asking these questions and playing these videos. They go to a concert. Keke goes with her girls. Upon being at the concert and dancing and having a good time and minding their own business, as women do when they're with themselves, you guys do a great job at that too. Usher does what Usher does. And Usher starts making his rounds. He goes around, it's very interactive. I got to get to Vegas to this concert at some point in my life. So when he goes and makes his rounds, he runs into Keke with a group of her friends, her girls, her BFFs, her riders, her baddies. And what ends up happening is well, what the camera catches is Keke saying and doing while Usher is serenading. Keke embraces, for a lack of better words, the love that Usher is showing her in that moment. Now, if this was a normal situation, I would understand. If Usher didn't do this typically, I will understand. But there's been way too many people out here that we've seen Usher run into their section and serenade them. So there's no difference on this one. Usher comes across, he serenades her. She does the twirl around. Before that, she puts her arms over his neck. She does a few things. Now, before we start to unpack this, Giants, is there any part of this story, men and women alike, that I've left out thus far? Please, you have the floor.
No, you sound like you have it all. You got the timeline.
Okay. Now, just by a share of brief opinions, just so that we're clear on who is siding with what, where you guys are, what the room is talking about, what's the feeling. We all heard about everything. There's no need to go through everything because we've let this live in the universe for some time. Just to be clear, I'm going to tell you how I feel. Personally, I don't think there was anything wrong with how Keke looked. To me, she looked amazing. She looked pretty damn good. She had the cleavage showing. She had the, what you call that when you could see through the thing of the thing? What you call that, ladies? The thing, the arm thing and the leg thing. What you call that? Share? What you call that?
A skirt. A see-through skirt.
Mesh. Thank you. Mesh. She had mesh, right? I think it might have even been polka dots and the girls were sitting where the girls needed to be. Hello? The girls was being exact. The girls was on cue. Now, Darius goes on to social media And he decides to share and say what he said. Your baby, your mother, something to the extent, I know the Giants will correct me, I'm paraphrasing. You're a mother, you shouldn't be wearing something like this, or something to what she had on.
He said, you're a mother, though.
You're a mother, though. We know what that means. You're a little bit out of pocket, he felt like. At this point, I'm going to put a timeout on Broadway's point of view, and I'm going to yield to the Giants with this simple question, guys and girls alike. Was Keke Palmer out of pocket? Nobody.
No.
Okay. Tell me more. Please delineate.
I mean, she was going out to enjoy herself. She just had a baby. She's embracing her new body, which every woman does. You get the new boobs with the milk. Babies tend to give you a little bit extra. She's dressed up for the occasion. I don't know. I don't think she should have, dressed down in sweatpants and a dirty t-shirt with formula on it. But she did what she needed to do as far as dressing up a night out with the girls, because it seems like he was at home tweeting. So yeah, she was enjoying herself. There's nothing wrong with that. You need time. You need to still be you after having a baby. So yeah, she's a mom, but she's also a woman first.
What up, Big Terrica on YouTube? What up to my YouTube viewership? What's happening with it? You know the vibes. It's good to see you, Queen. She's an entertainer, she said. Okay. She said Keke boyfriend should have talked to her in private, not post how he felt online. All right. We got Jenna in here. We got David, Carlito, Bittersweet, 2K, Big Benny, Sen. How do you guys and girls feel? Was Keke Palmer out of pocket?
So, hey, everyone. What I was going to say is this kind of... Sorry. I was having a conversation about this earlier, and it has to do with boundaries. Well, he thought he was setting boundaries, but when you set boundaries like that publicly, it's more so you're trying to shame your partner. Now, what is a mom in 2023 supposed to wear and supposed to act like? There's really not, one definition. So, but it's something that you have to, to discuss, have these discussions with your partner, not publicly post them on Twitter. That's not the forum, especially for someone that's in the public eye. So I think that's a mistake. I don't know if he deleted the tweet or not. I took a screenshot of the tweet. He had reposted the video, or someone tagged him in the video, and he said that comment. But yeah, if you want to create boundaries are perfectly healthy in a relationship, and that's something that you should work on, boundaries for your friends, for your partners. But this wasn't a boundary. It was a trying to shame someone, trying to say moms don't act like this way. Well, what are moms supposed to act like? What are moms supposed to wear in 2023? She's not your mom. Maybe you have that expectation of your mother, but she's not your mother. She's a mother, but she's not your mother.
Okay. Benny, you had came off your mic right before Sin?
Yes, peace to the room. TLC said it best. Please stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. I think that he went outside of his range when it comes to dating, outside of his comfort zone for whatever reason, and this is the result of that. I think that if he was big on being a leader for his family, when they were in the courting phase, he should have made it abundantly clear what his expectations were in terms of how his lady presents herself, or just scope her out and see how she presents herself and see if that's something that you can deal with. I think a lot of times people show you who they are, they show you how they conduct themselves and move. She's been dressing sexy for years. So to now come into her life and expect her to do a 180 and dress like she's Sister Mary Clarence or something, I think is unreasonable. I think that if that was something that he expected, they've been together for years, you gotta make it abundantly clear how you expect your person to act from the onset. And then whether or not they are willing to acquiesce to that, then that's on them, our part.
Whether or not they're willing to acquiesce to that, that's on their part. Okay. Oh, man. Okay. So, Jenna, please. You got something to say?
I was just going to say to the woman that was just talking, that's what I was curious about. Was Keke been doing this? And because I never heard of her, dressing like this. So now that we got that cleared up that she been doing this, I'm like, oh, she not acting brand new. Like that's what she been doing. So she was just outside having fun. So it was probably innocent to her.
Okay. Bittersweet, Carlito, DWI. The question I chose and posed to you guys is Keke out of pocket.
I don't feel like she was out of pocket. I just felt like she was, like you said, embracing her beauty. She wasn't doing anything that, that was like way over the top. And just because you're a mom don't mean that you have to walk around in, in sweatpants and big t-shirts, or, look like other than yourself. And she's in the public eye anyway. So she didn't carry herself and then he tried to humiliate her on Twitter, whatever it is. But she came back really strong. She made those t-shirts and she made a lot of money off of what he said. So he just looks stupid.
Oh, okay. Can all right. So we got a few ladies. D, go for it.
So, did she make a t-shirt?
Yes, she sure did. Your mic sound nervous, like it's moving around a lot.
Moving around, I ain't moving.
Nah, there you go. Now you sound good.
The point I was trying to make, because we had some points already. So she's outside. Your question was she out of pocket? So no, she's a celebrity. Celebrities do celebrity things. So that's not the issue that I have here. If I had to try to find the issue, I would just keep trying to figure out. Like, I've been in situations where if I took a picture a certain kind of way, me being who I am and doing what I'm doing in my business, if I took a picture, I would be questioned about why, what, who, and how about said picture, whatever it is. So that's that. So if they was in some type of relationship and then she went on stage and did what she did, obviously making the shirt shows me that where her character is right now. So she's trolling right now. So if she was already in that mindset, maybe that was where they were already, and this just spilled out onto Twitter and all that, but they already had a little situation going on. So maybe she might have been right on and not in pocket. She might have been in pocket, bro. And maybe this was all like she was doubling down or tripling down on the argument they probably had before leaving the house. Maybe he's like, don't leave outside like that. And then he went to Twitter, was like, oh, now you dance on this dude? Okay, I see what we doing. So now I'm going to go on Twitter and say something. That's what I think.
All right, cool. Got it. Heard it. My question is let me ask you guys a general question. So we're all sitting in here, we're potting, we're having a good time. If someone comes into this room that you guys never seen before and they start saying something crazy and they start addressing myself, or let's take it off for me. Let's put it on D. Let's put it on D. Let's put it on Sin. That's even a better one. They start coming in here, they start talking and speaking crazy to Sin. We don't know this person that's coming in. Regardless if they right or wrong, what do you guys think would be the general consensus of the response that would happen in this room? Sin, you can't answer this question. Sorry. If somebody came in here and started saying something crazy and speaking crazy to Sin, regardless if they're right or wrong, what do you think would be the general consensus of that?
So for me, I would just kick them out. I'm queen, goo, kick the person out the space. So kick them out, done deal, on to the next thing.
So regardless if what happens if what he's saying is right? You just going to...
Yeah, I'm still gonna kick them out because the whole purpose of the space is to create a safe environment for the people in the room. If you had an issue with Sin, then you wave, you have a conversation. We don't need to know what issues y'all have with each other. That's not our business.
And just like that.
I mean, like if they had an opinion, then we have to respect their opinion. As long as they're not being disrespectful, then everybody has their own opinion.
And just like that, reality strikes. So the question that I have for you guys is, do people form biased opinions based off of who's liked more? And please, keep it tall with me. Please keep it two more than one. Please.
Yeah, absolutely. I know I do it. I mean, even with the example you just gave about Sin, like Bittersweet said, they could be 100% accurate, but just because I have a rapport with her, I want her to feel safe in the space. So I'm going to just kick the other person out. So absolutely, yes.
Hey! What's up, Sen? What you got for me?
I think for me, in the context, in this context, and in the context, because someone was comparing the situation to the Chance situation.
Whoa, hold on, because I'm in the middle of making a point. I got you. We're gonna get to the Chance thing. I got you. I got you though, because yes, right. My point inside asking, do people form biased opinions based off of who they like more? Benny said, I know I do. And hey, guess what? She's not alone in that, because I do too. In fact, I would make a strong argument, or could make a strong argument, that most of us do. Let me ask you something, and this is a quick yes or no. Carlito, do you know what Darius do? Do you know who Darius is outside of Keke Palmer, baby father? Carlito.
Nah, I don't really know nothing about either one of them personally now.
All right, cool. Bittersweet. That's fine. Yeah. I got you, King. Bittersweet. Do you know who Darius is outside of Keke Palmer's baby father? Did you ever hear of him prior?
No, I don't.
Okay. Okay. D, that's fine. You can mute up, Queen. D, do you know who Keke Palmer's baby father is before he was Keke Palmer's baby father? DWI Music.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of him. Hey, newsflash. Most of us haven't. So when the question comes up as to why is the audience swaying towards Keke, they swaying to Keke because they don't really know who homie is. Regardless if he's right or wrong, and we're gonna answer that too. Because regardless if he's right or wrong, they don't know him. They're gonna automatically side with the person that they know or have some type of rapport and understand who they are. Because if it was reversed and Keke was out here thotting and trotting, and the general consensus was she was hot, she got mad kids, and she did all these different things, and it was the same thing, and homie said what he said, and we knew and liked who the baby father was, then everybody will be saying something a tad bit different, I think. Because I do believe that we tend to form biases based off of the people that we know. Right? And that brings me to this question. I see everybody pointing a finger and saying what he did was wrong. And newsflash, I do agree. Taking it to social media, he was out of pocket for that. Definitely out of pocket. But his feelings, and ladies, I hear y'all say, and I need y'all to stand in front of this. I hear y'all say all the time and talk about your feelings. So his feelings never got addressed, though. How he felt never got addressed. That portion of it never got addressed because it was based off of what Sin said, what Allison said, and what I think a few of you guys also echoed the same sentiment. Just because you're a mom don't mean you got to dress less or so forth and so on. It's her body. She could wear what she want, yada, yada, yada. We'll get to that too. But his feelings on the matter never got addressed in this whole fiasco.
You want to know why?
Sure, go for it.
Because F his feelings. You know, he needs to focus on being the alleged leader he says he is. People say that women are more emotional. And if that's the case, then he could have used his logical side and be like, you know what? Going online is not the way for me to go about this. I'm heated right now. When she gets home, we're going to settle this. That's how he should have handled it. Point blank, period.
Now you see, oh, hold on, wait. Now, I would agree with that to an extent, right? But I come from a school of sometimes when things are done publicly, you should be addressed publicly. Let's wake it up, Broadway. And I'm going to play a video in a second that echoes that same sentiment because, respectfully, what she did happened publicly. That wasn't privately. She did that shit publicly. She went outside. She wore what she wore. Cool, your prerogative, do what you doing. But she was hugging on Usher. You know who you are. You're Keke Palmer. You're not one of them. You her. A lot of Disney. A lot of people love you, Keke. And that's Usher, right? So you have to know, and this ain't your first picnic. You know what's going on out here. You know you get up there, you do whatever. That's going to come out in the blogs. So you publicly you publicly disrespected that man. You publicly chose to step outside of your relationship and do what you wanted to do with total disregard. Please make it make sense, Benny.
So, as a leader, you are supposed to play chess and you're supposed to think several steps ahead. I don't think he thought ahead. I think he made an impulsive decision by posting that online, which made her open to potential attack. People are crazy out here. If he really cared about her as the man of the head of his family, he would have put that into consideration regardless of how angry he is. Emotional intelligence is important. Disrespect happened in public, but a lot of times that comment is in regards to the everyday person, and he is dealing with a woman who has 13 million followers or so online on just Instagram alone. So, she's not the everyday person, so he also has to take that into consideration. Anytime I hear about this dude, it's in relation to somebody else. Oh, he's the brother to the guy that was an actor on Insecure. Oh, he's Keke Palmer's baby father. He's always known as being connected to somebody else that's doing something. So I think that when he saw the Usher situation, I think that he just felt like he, in no way, shape, or form, can compete with a man like Usher, and it made him angry. His ego got the best of him, and he just got caught out there. I think that's really what it comes down to. And I think that he put his ego over the safety of his lady. We're all human. We all have emotions. He's more than welcome to express those emotions, but how you navigate that is really what constitutes the makings of a real man.
So all right. So I want to dispel that, right? Because I feel as though it's not an insecure. My assessment of it. I don't think he was insecure about Usher, right? I'm not saying Usher is not somebody not to be insecure about, but no pun intended, because you said insecure was the guy who was whatever, right? The brother of the guy, whatever, right? Because I thought about this for some time. Originally, I did have that in mind, like maybe he was a bit insecure, but then I've changed that since. But the point of what I'm saying is cool. I come from the school of honestly feeling as though when you're a celebrity or when you're in the public eye, a little bit more grace has to be given for the mess ups, right? Because you're gonna mess up, right? Like Keke should be given a little bit more grace because she's in, the public eye. Right? Like when you mess up, it's not just you messed up. You messed up and you're in the public eye. Right? So it's a little bit more tedious. So I'll give her that. But the point of what I'm saying is for Keke to actually no, that was my point. We're not gonna act like Keke not hold on. We're not gonna act like Keke not a leader in herself. Right? And yes, he may be the relationship, he may be the leader of the house, the head of house, or whatever the case, however you choose to frame it as. But that doesn't mean just because a man is the leader doesn't mean that the woman isn't one neither. Right? So just because I'm the leader of my household doesn't mean that my lady opinion and what she feels and what she says, Keke to Darius, doesn't hold no merit or hold no value. I believe that Keke operated outside of with total disregard to not caring, right? I believe that she just totally did not care. She didn't care about the repercussion that will come back by way of it because, respectfully, how ladies call it, BDE, I feel as though Keke was moving with BPE. Like, I'm the woman in this relationship. I make the money. You gonna do what I say you gonna do, and yada, yada, yada. And Keke just gives that energy anyway, in my opinion. But we gonna get to a few things. I'm gonna play this video real quick. Hopefully you guys can enjoy it. Live on Broadway podcast. Check it out.
I want to know where women get the fucking audacity. This man was publicly embarrassed. I'm sure by his friends, his family, all had something to say about what Keke did and how it was disrespectful towards him. But y'all women in the comments telling him what he should have did about his situation. Y'all the same ones that get into it with your man and post Justin LA Boy quotes, letting everybody know that your relationship on the rocks, letting everybody know that they might have a chance to slide in there. But this man is publicly disrespected, and y'all say he should have handled it privately? For what? The disrespect was public. Why? He should have handled it privately for what? So he can continue to look like a lame to the world while Keke is just held to the utmost standard? She disrespected that man. Just had his child. And you turning your booty cheeks around for another man, hugging all up on him? I don't give a fuck about the outfit. Baby, you look good. But hugging this man, showing him your buns? Man, if Keke was my girl, that bitch be a single mother. Beat it, sister! I would take care of my child, but I wouldn't be with her no more. You publicly humiliated me in front of my people. Fuck the world. Y'all famous. Fuck what the world gotta say. My mama gotta see this. My sisters, my cousins gotta see what you was on stage doing with that man. Bitch, you gotta go. Period.
Live on Broadway podcast. I give the mic to Sin. Sin, go for it, Queen. My bag. I had to ISO you. My for it, Queen. Tap in with us. Okay, she probably not by her mic. So I honestly think that there's a direct correlation between the embarrassment that he could have felt after seeing that. And again, it's not always easy to be someone, and I've been on both sides of the coin. I've been the person in a relationship that's not the popular public one, and I've been the one that's public. So it's not easy to be the person that's dating a celebrity. It's not easy. It's just not. And I get it, right? You can say all of what Benny said, which is, measure twice so you only cut once in regards to doing your due diligence and realizing and having conversation to figure out who's who and what's what, right? But when you're on the other side to it and you believe that you're doing that, or things are being told that you wouldn't do this or you wouldn't have to go through X, Y, Z, and then you do, I think a little bit of grace should be given to people that's in the spotlight, right? But any point of views on what's been shared thus far? Because I got some questions to ask, and I honestly do believe that, and we're gonna get to the title of what's pinned up top. But any point of views on what's been shared thus far, Giants?
Yeah, I gotta so is there any part of this scenario that happened, if we can draw down the line of the gender sides and the who's taking sides being celebrity and the baby daddy and him not marrying her, we don't know if she wanted to even marry him, and I hear all that.
And we gonna wake that up too.
All right, so I just want to know. All right, so before we even get to any of that, is there anybody that sees this? Like, if you could just see that there was something done here that somebody should have felt a little bit bad about doing one of the two things first, because he didn't send a tweet first. He reacted off of action.
Come on now.
So it's easy to say he shouldn't have done X, Y, and Z, but we all say that if you react first and you make a bad decision, that's one thing. But if you react off of emotional, and I heard Benoit mention emotional intelligence, yeah, we all should have it. But when you get mad, you mad. If that's the case, nobody would never get mad. Nobody would never do nothing wrong.
Wake that up.
And that would be an unrealistic world that we live in. So I just want to understand from both sides. Is there any point that she went out to have a good time with her friends? If she was a he and she got on stage with Beyonce and Beyonce did a Janet Jackson and rode on him or whatever, and he just had a baby with somebody else, would y'all be like, oh, maybe he should have not did all that? That was a bit much, or nah? Like, I just want to know, because
D, what ends up happening is when Chance the Rapper, going back to now what Sin was about to wake up, when Chance the Rapper was dancing at Carnival and going crazy, he got a wife at home, he was going crazy on a young lady at Carnival. Ladies say he's out of pocket. They said he was crazy. He was doing mad much. But how easy it is to move the goalposts to suit the point of view that they want it to be towards. We can't, what homie just said, when you go through things in a relationship and then the ladies start posting mad Justin LeBoy post and putting it in their stories, so forth and so on, that makes dudes feel as though I can get in. That's doing mad much. Stay cute on mute. Don't say nothing. Go back to what Benny said. Deal with your situation privately at home. Why is it that Chance the Rapper's out of pocket? But
that never happened, Broadway. That never happened. I be looking at people's pages. I know who's in relationships and who's out of them based on what you just said. And those posters happen a lot more often than we think. If you're online, but y'all can have it. Cool.
I'm just saying it can't be good over here but bad over here. It can't be Chance the Rapper's out of pocket and he's doing mad much, right? He was doing mad much, but then when it comes to Keke putting her arms around the dude, caressing his neck, turning around, showing her body, right? That's not mad much. We ain't even talking about the outfit. We just talking about the actions. You can wear what you want, baby. You look amazing. But how you are outside of when we're not together, because would you have did that if your man was there? We don't know. So let's not go down that rabbit hole. But go ahead. Go for it.
So for me, I actually don't think Chance the Rapper did anything wrong. And I only say that because I grew up in a predominantly West Indian community, and at Carnival, that's just how people dance. So if my man did that next to me with another woman, I wouldn't feel any way about it, because at the end of the night, he's coming home with me. So I don't think he was wrong for that. I think people really blew it out of proportion because they just come from a different culture, so they saw it as disrespect. With regard to Keke and Usher, they're both entertainers. Usher is just trying to create a moment so that he can continue to sell tickets, and Keke understands that clout is going to just bring more attention her way, and the type of business that she's in, it's not just based on the functionality of things like being a doctor or a nurse or something like that. A big part of being relevant is constantly being talked about, and so I think she recognized that too, and I think that's really all it was. I'll park.
I'm happy you brought that up. I'm sorry, go for it, Bittersweet.
Oh, my bad. I just want to say, I just feel like everybody's has their opinion about what he said and what she did, but we don't really know their relationship. We don't know if they had an argument. She probably did that to be spiteful. You don't know their relationship or what they went through before she even did all that.
Wake that
like
up.
I said, she probably did that, to be spiteful to him, and then he couldn't handle it, so he's gonna go on Twitter. Tweet, Twitter, whatever it is. Yeah, he goes on Twitter, and it's like they both doing like negative against negative. So we don't know their relationship, like I said.
Let me ask you guys a question, because I want to wake up what D was alluding to too. Because a lot of people were saying, well, that's his girlfriend. How you trying to give opinion on what she should be doing and shouldn't be doing, and that's your girlfriend? That's not even your wife. But the fact of the matter is everyone's asking why he didn't marry Keke. But what happens if Keke didn't want to marry him? Wake that up. Why would she want to marry him? She got more money than him, presumably. She's a social butterfly. Everybody knows Keke. She's an entertainer, a host, a slew of different things. We don't see Mary J. Blige. We don't see Faith Evans and Stevie J. We don't see Wendy Williams and Kevin, whatever his last name is. We don't see too many instances where women gotta pay child support or alimony. Why would she marry him? It just doesn't make sense. So my question to you guys is to that you guys say what exactly? Because I'm trying to understand all the rhetoric, and I know you guys are reading the comments too. We all reading the comments, right? And we ain't talking about the outliers. We ain't talking about the small faction of you guys that feel like what Benny just said and feeling as though Chance the Rapper did nothing wrong. It's cultural based. I get it. I couldn't date a West Indian woman for that reason. Fuck out of here, respectfully. Excuse my vulgarity. I couldn't do it, right? It's not an insecure thing. I'm just not getting jiggy with that culture. I don't care if you coming home with me and one day we gonna unpack you coming home with me. I think that's cap to some extent. One day we gonna get to that. We gonna unpack that because you coming home with me. I wouldn't care if we was in my bedroom right now. You not moving like you crazy. But to each his own. To that you guys say what? Everyone talking about why didn't he marry Keke? Maybe Keke didn't want to marry him. To that you guys say what? Allison, to you back. What you say, Queen? What's up, Queen?
I could not let you get that off without doing that.
Yo, man.
It's all right though. It's okay. But I don't personally believe. I believe that she loved him. She loved him enough to have a child with him. But I do believe that they were moving as if they were simply baby mama, baby daddy. I don't think, and correct me, I don't, they haven't, from what I've seen, moved in a space where they're moving together in unity. Because if they're having they're having a mature relationship, then something like that he would have texted her, he would have called her, he would have addressed it when she came home. So, I mean, it was a knee-jerk reaction, and I think that's a poor example of emotional intelligence for him to be tweeting his feelings online. So I'm not jacking that.
Why do we keep going back to this emotional intelligence? Where was her emotional intelligence when she was wrapping her arms and caressing the small of his neck? Where was that emotional intelligence at? Where was her emotional intelligence when she decided to twirl around and we saw the face that he was making when he was looking? Where was her emotional intelligence? He was responding. And I'm not saying what he did on Twitter was right. I'm not jacking that. I'm just saying that it was reactionary. So where was her emotional intelligence at? At what point do we start to not get past the initial encounter and just jump straight to the reaction? Where does that happen at? How do we get to the second portion of the equation before dealing with the first? It's 1 plus what? That's how we get the
So
equal.
she's supposed to make herself small?
No, I'm not saying no.
She's supposed to shrink herself?
No.
Because she is who
Don't do that.
She is who she is.
Don't do what women do.
She is who she is.
No. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that she's supposed to shrink herself, Allie. I'm saying no. I'm not saying she's supposed to.
She's a mother. She's a housewife. She can't be anything else.
What she's supposed to do, Allie, in that situation is exactly what the other women have done in that same situation. Sit there, be cute on mute, enjoy your time with your girls, and enjoy what you got on and enjoy what you're doing with your girls. Because there's been other celebrities that's been in that same situation. That same exact situation that didn't fan out and go crazy because it was Usher. Right? You are in a relationship first and foremost, right? Secondly, you just had a baby, right? The third portion of it, respected or not, but you're crossing a boundary. And I'm pretty sure, I'm not going to say pretty sure, well, I am going to say pretty sure that most men in watching their significant other do something like that, they probably wouldn't get jiggy with it. When Usher came up to Sweetie did what? She sat right there and sat cute on mute. She ain't do nothing because she said, I'm with this gangster, he probably shoot me. I'm playfully saying that. But I'm just saying, like, she knew her place. She knew her place.
But that just goes to exactly what I just said.
It's not shrinking yourself, though.
But no, let me finish. But that just goes to exactly what I said in the beginning when I said that they were moving as baby mom and baby daddy, because clearly he felt more for her than she did for him. And I mean, if you are, people need to realize is when you are in a couple, when you're in a relationship, even if you are not with your partner, you're representing them. So she's representing herself.
Yo, Allison, if you don't get off this, no, what you saying just goes to my point. How does it represent herself? When you're not with your Tommy man that we never seen, when you're not with your man, what do? You carry and represent him. Keke didn't represent her man in that moment.
Exactly. Because what is he? Just her baby daddy.
No. But like I said, what happens if he didn't want to, if she didn't want to marry him? You're not answering that portion to it. Because that's the question. To that you say what?
That she didn't want to marry him.
Okay, I digress. Listen, what I'm saying is a lot of times we start dealing with the last part of the equation without recognizing the initial portion of it. And I'm not do what you want. I'm not here to say that homie was all the way right. I'm not here to say Keke was all the way right. What I am here to say is that, yeah, he was out of pocket for putting that out publicly. What I am going to say is she was out of pocket for doing that publicly. There's not too many men that would be okay with that. How Benny just said, yo, I would be understanding because it's cultural. West Indian culture, carnival, cool, right? But how do you make sense of that when your significant other is home with the bottle in the pot, sprinkling, what you call that? The nipple on your back of your hand to make sure the temperature of the milk is warm. How do you make sense of that? I know.
I want to know if Keke wasn't a celebrity, would women still stand on that same idea? Because being an entertainer, you give the grace, right? You're a public figure. You're going to be seen. People take pictures of you without you even being asked. So
Yeah. Hold on. Currency, we're recording the pod. Your background sound nervous. So nervous.
Oh, I apologize.
Nah, you good. We just hear the person in the background a little bit more than you. I'm sorry, beloved. I don't know. I mean, he is. I just don't think it's cool. So, but that brings me to the question of, can you be in a relationship? Can you be in an active relationship with somebody and have them be considered your baby mother or baby father? Because you're with them. Hello? 2K? Jenna? Dave?
Yeah, I heard it don't mean a thing if you ain't got the ring.
Are you considered a baby mother or baby father if you're in a relationship with the person and you have a child together, you're actively in a relationship, but you're just not married? Are you a baby mother, baby father? So, whoa. Shout out to Trey, shout out to Allison, I see y'all. I appreciate the color in the group chat. Appreciate the super chat on YouTube. Appreciate the donation. Wake that up. Broadway's Angels. I appreciate that, ladies. Tap in with us. Put your comments up there so I can pin them up on the screen on YouTube. Please and thank you. So the question becomes, are you a baby mother? Are you a baby father? You're together, but you don't have a ring.
I think so, because you're still not married.
Okay. Angel, you say what? Okay. 2K, you say what?
I'm sorry, I was liking your thing. Honestly,
thank you.
I think I hate to say this, but I'm gonna say it. Like, it's still baby daddy, baby mama status. I don't feel like it's elevated, or I don't know, or I have yet to say anything different.
2K, you say what? Are you a baby mother, baby father if you're still together with your significant other? Carlito, you say what? Lala, you say what? Currency says, I don't know what that means.
Oh, well, basically, no. If we together, we together. There ain't no baby father. Because I feel like that title gives an excuse to do what you want.
Baby mother, baby father gives you the excuse to do what you want. Okay.
With the statement of, oh, it ain't a thing until a ring on it, that just gives an excuse.
But no, we're not saying that you're not in a relationship. We're saying that you are in a relationship. You just haven't gotten married yet, but you guys have a kid. Are you a baby mother or baby father?
No, that's a relationship.
No, okay, sure. David?
If the ring doesn't fit, you must have quit.
Wake that up.
Wake that up.
I love it. David got the one-liners. Listen, man, I just call it what it is. You are a baby mother. You are a baby father. I don't care if you're in a relationship. I don't care if Kiki's in a relationship with old boy. She's a baby mother. He's a baby father. If the ring don't fit, you must have quit, right? So I honestly believe that you can be a baby mother and baby father if you aren't married. That's my opinion, right? My opinion. So they was on a girls trip. They was on a whole girls trip. Ladies, this how y'all perform when y'all on girls trips? I'm asking for a friend.
I do want to wake up the fact that she said post the whole debacle that he saw her outfit when she walked out the house. So that means that he was there too. He may not have been in the arena, but he saw what she looked like when she left the house. I just want to acknowledge that.
Okay. He saw the way she looked. To my point, he didn't feel like it was nothing wrong with how she, okay. But then you shouldn't have said that on social media. Again, there's no gray area for me. He shouldn't have took that to social media. He probably was looking at it how everybody else started looking at it or start drinking the tea based off what everybody else was saying.
Well, he was the first one to say something, and then it exploded from there. I remember years ago when Beyonce did a little sexy number in front of Terrence Howard. You. And he's a married man. He's married to an Asian lady who I don't think she's famous. And no one made a thing about it.
Why?
Why? Because no one knows who she is, and she didn't call him out on it.
Because they like Beyonce more.
And Beyonce because nobody was with Jay-Z at the time.
Yeah, exactly. No one said, oh, she disrespected Jay-Z.
Said nothing.
Now, if Jay-Z would have made a tweet about his disdain for it, then it would have been a discussion. But because there was no discussion, no public discussion, it wasn't a conversation, is the point that I'm making. Just like with this, the father, I guarantee you, if he didn't make a tweet about it, it would not be as big of a conversation as it is now.
I think that
took the words right out of my mouth, Benoit.
Yeah, because she ain't take no words out of your mouth because I gave you the floor and you ain't speak.
I didn't want to.
Right. So I think that do women attempt to do more things out of pocket after they receive the baby or the ring? Because I feel like and wonder, where was this energy prior to the baby, prior to, and this is a much broader question than Keke and old boy Darius, right? Once you get the baby, once you get the ring, now you start feeling yourself. I don't know why, but it seems like women start to act out of pocket and start to do more crazy antics once they receive the baby or the ring or both. What's y'all guys take on
that? But to Benoit's example, Beyonce didn't have the ring when she did her lap dance on Terrence Howard. So that whole comment right there is made moot right there. So that doesn't equate. I think that women do what they want to do. If that's how they feel, then that's how they feel. If they feel sexual and they feel sexy, then they're going to act that way, regardless if they're West Indian or not, because Beyonce is clearly not West Indian. She's American.
Well, going back to what you said, I know you said not to Keke specifically, but to Keke specifically, she suffered terrible cystic acne for years, which only got cleared up during her pregnancy. Like, so her pregnancy literally, she glowed up, right? During and after her pregnancy significantly. And she's enjoying that. So does that have part to do with maybe why she's out there a little bit more than usual? Sure. I mean, she's very young, successful, and she's battled something. And if you're an actress, you're putting yourself out there, your face every day. That has to be very embarrassing. I'm sure there's roles she couldn't go after and certain things she couldn't go after by that issue that she had with her face. And I'm sure she had access to like the best dermatologists and stuff like that. And it still didn't clear up her acne. So it's like, her self-esteem improved. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with the guy knew she was wearing what she was wearing. I just think someone got in his head, as people get influenced, because I don't think he had a problem with it.
Sierra's worn less than what she had. There's plenty of people. I have a PTR of Rihanna. You know, my thing is you're dealing with an actress. Would it have been different, I wonder, if Usher were gay? Would it have been different if she was selling a product, right? If she's in an underwear ad, you know, like would it been different if she were, you know, acting, if she were working? Like what would be different about it, right? So just something to throw out there.
Listen, respectfully, I don't. Bro, where you're gonna sound insensitive. Hold on.
Relax, relate, release.
Bro, where you're gonna sound insensitive. Nobody cares about Keke Palmer's acne. We talk about acne, like acne, like acne, like acne, like the dark spots on your face, like acne. We talking about acne. Like there's not people that got one arm and people that got one foot. Like we talking about acne. How first world problem? Like what's the conversation we having tonight? We talking about acne. Like so, I'm a bit confused in regards to if he was gay. So what? It doesn't matter. What I'm saying is everybody keeps talking about what he wrote. Cool, I get it. Hold on. What I'm having a conversation or attempting to is what about the start of it? How do we jump over the moon and we get to the start of it without, even if Jay-Z, Beyonce, all right, cool, the conversation never happens publicly. Let's say one happens privately, so forth and so on, right? But how do we get to any conversation to be had if the thing doesn't happen first? That's what I'm so confused about that. I see all the women making their points off the back of what he put out. And I get it. I agree with that. I stand with you ladies. He was out of pocket for that. But how do we get to what he put out if there's no dancing and doing the thing and the shucking and jiving with Usher? So can we just stand in front of that? Do you ladies think that what Keke did on stage, just stand in front of that? Forget any other question I asked. Was Keke out of pocket based off of what she did? I asked you guys that earlier.
I think what you're missing, what Sin was trying to say. And
I heard what Sin was trying to say. Can you just answer that question, Lala, so we can move on? I'm sorry, respectfully. I just want to move the conversation.
I'm trying to answer the question. Thank you, respectfully. When I'm trying to answer your question, because you said you're confused. What I'm trying to get you to understand is she just had a baby. And being a mother of 3, having a baby, your body goes through a lot of changes. So, like I just said, when you don't feel sexy, and who knows what's going on in her household, maybe her man didn't make her feel that way. So maybe in that moment, that's what she felt like. Maybe that's the attention that she wanted. I'm not saying that it was right. I'm not saying that it was wrong. But maybe in that moment, she needed that attention.
You're not answering my question.
Wanted that attention.
Hold on, Lala. You 90 seconds
How am I not answering that
because the question that the question that I'm asking is was Keke Palmer based off of what she did? And don't give me the theses on everything else. Was Keke Palmer out of pocket for dancing and shucking and jiving with Usher? You in a relationship? Was she right or was she wrong?
I'm gonna just be quiet.
And that's normally what happens because you can't stand in front of that question. Because I think you know, based off of everybody else, and along with everybody else, you know, what up, Laundry? You know that she's out of pocket for moving like that. There's no cultural thing inside what she was saying based off of what Benny said with the Chance the Rapper, right?
No, we just have a difference of opinion.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. What I'm saying is Keke Palmer, most men, ladies, receive it or not. Receive it or not. Hear me roar. Hear me roar, receive it or not. Most men, I believe, and men tap in with me too. We got Carlito, we got DWI, we got David, we got quite a few men. We got Kurt, we got quite a few men in here. Most men would be and feel some sort of way about their lady behaving like that. Men, to that you say what? Am I wrong? Tap in. I mean, how do you guys feel?
I mean, what did Usher do wrong? Did Usher do anything wrong? Because it was really her outfit, and like he was serenading her, but he's a damn entertainer. He's Usher. He's Usher Raymond.
I don't think Usher did anything wrong. The question's about Keke.
I mean, the boyfriend knew that she left the house looking like that. So, I mean, was she not supposed to let Usher sing to her? Was she not supposed to hug him? Like, I don't.
Would you be okay? Here's a better question. Let's just get it to the point. Would you be okay with your lady, right? Understanding that she got a new body, she's trying to understand her body and become one with her body. Cool, that's great, right? But would you be okay with your lady hugging, holding Usher, massaging the back of his neck, twirling around so another man can check your lady out? Would you be okay with that?
That's a valid point. I mean, he is Usher though, so I would probably give it a pass. But once that shit go viral, then my ego might get hurt a little bit. But that's probably what happened.
I respect the transparency. DWI, how would you respond? Would you be okay with your lady twirling around, letting another man receive her, tap and holding her the back of his neck, so forth?
Bro, you didn't even have to throw no more fire in the feud. See, the type of person I am, because I feel like I'm valuable too, I'd be like, all right, you got that one. And then because I know get back season is gonna be on me. So I would let it rock because I feel like some people that can't get back, they got a whole lot. But I don't give a how famous you are. There's still people that like me. So it's cool. But I would respect, to answer the question, I would respect what they're doing because I'm in the entertainment business, so I know what it is. Outside of him touching and them doing something crazy, like that wasn't that bad. And she is a celebrity, he's a celebrity, so cool. That's like a regular thing because I know how it goes in my business where people are extra flirtatious, so they'll say something, but we know it ain't going nowhere. It's just we shucking and jiving for the camera. But
that's what
I would feel the way.
Isn't that what it is, though?
Wait, hold on, L.
He's asking me.
Hold on, L. I want to get it from the men because I asked him a question. Go ahead, D.
He asked me how I would feel, and like I said, I would feel like most men would feel like, oh shit, look at her up there with Usher. I know what this is. But like I said, me, I don't just sit and just chill. I'm like, all right, you got it. Watch. Somebody gonna give me a compliment tonight, and I'm gonna be all up in my feelings about it. And you're gonna know about it too, because I'm gonna post it.
Me and my lady, I took her to go see Mary J. Blige, right? I took her to go see Mary J. Blige. Dope concert, Barclays, it was fire, right? We walking out of the Barclays Center. I'm coming to you next, Carlito, so get next to your mic. We walking out the Barclays Center. Lady goes, hey, I am Broadway. My lady look back, I look back. I kind of wave because I don't know who she is, what she is. I don't know her personally. Don't even know who she was, and she probably one of the followers or whatever have you, but there's no interaction like I'm here with you guys, right? So she, hey, Broadway, right? And I go, hey, my lady look, and that's it, right? But I'm just saying, like, when you outside, it's certain things come along with it. Now, if I go back and go, hey, what's going on? Give her a hug, and then I'm, holding both of her hands and I'm swinging them side by side like, oh, I appreciate the love and whatnot. And then my lady go, yo, you was doing mad much. And I cover it up by saying, but babe, I'm in the public eye. But babe, these are my followers. Babe, these are the people that tap into the podcast. Babe, these are different, yada, 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 yada. It all becomes cap. Because I know how to behave regardless if I'm with my lady and I'm not with my lady. Period. You just know how to behave because I'm a spitting image and reflection of that woman and vice versa. Carlito, would you be okay with your lady twirling around, holding the back of another man's neck and just, everything that Keke did on stage? Would you be okay with that? All right, Carlito must be asleep. Radio, pull up, radio. I'm going to ask you a question. David answered it. I know. I know. What up? David answered it. DWI answered it. Courtesy, his mic is a little nervous, so it's hard to really hear him unless I would go to him. Keke, Usher, would you be okay? And I'm happy that you just came in because your point of view might be unbiased. I mean, will be unbiased. Well, I don't know. Would you be okay with your lady holding the back of another man's neck? Usher, I don't care if it was Jay-Z, if it was Barack Obama, holding the back of his neck, both arms. She looked like she was very comfortable in Usher's arms. Then she lets go, and then she does a twirl around. Would you be okay with your lady doing that, Radio?
Bro, here's the thing.
Hold on, before you go, just stand in front of the question first. Yes or no, and then answer that.
I wouldn't be uncomfortable with it.
Okay.
Right? So, and at the same time, you got to realize we're talking about two entertainers who doing entertainment, right? We're not talking about, an individual who's not in the entertainment business with another individual that's in the entertainment business. These are two entertainers. One is an actor. I think she even had a music career. And Usher is one of the fucking best to ever do it. They're entertaining people.
I received that. I don't give that any pushback.
Yeah, because I think, in the regular, if it wasn't two individuals in the entertainment business and they got caught doing that shit at the mall or doing that shit at dinner, yeah, it's on site.
Let me be clear on what I'm not giving any pushback on. I received the guys that said yes, they would, and I received the guys that said no, I wouldn't, right? Let me be clear on what side I'm standing on. I certainly would not be okay with it, under no pretenses, right? So I just think that, would you guys be okay with your significant other behaving like Keke, or even a groupie for that matter, to their favorite artist at their favorite artist concert?
Bro, we can ask you a question?
No, not at this moment.
Okay.
Would you guys be okay with that?
I think my partner, I'm not going to call him a groupie or anything like that. That's disrespectful. But I think he admires a particular person from Love and Hip Hop. Oh, and he kind of, went crazy when he saw her at your event space, Broadway.
Vanilla Sky's event spaces, yes.
Yes, it was Tahiri. And I actually took photos of them, and I was happy that, he got to meet her. And they had a, nice little chat, and he, said that he admired her, and I don't know what else they spoke about. That's between them. But he made it known that he was there to see her, basically, and to support you as well, of course.
So, now, all right, I'm happy you brought up that instant, right? So my question becomes to you, Sin. Did you feel were you able to occupy the stance of being more supportive because he's not particularly in the limelight like that? Now, would you have felt some sort of way if he was in the limelight and then she would have said, oh my God, what's happening? It's been such a long time. Gave him a hug and then said, yo, let's catch up sometime. What would have been your reaction then?
You know what? I don't know, because I'm not dating someone in the industry. If I was, I think you have to have an even thicker skin. You can't just move around like the way I move. I move around. I'm very secure in my relationship. I know what I feel. You know what I'm saying? So yes. I think it's different. But if I were to be with someone in the industry, you can't really react as quick, and you can't overreact, right? You just have to, it kind of comes with the territory. You take the good and the bad. You have to accept that person's career. If not, maybe that person's not for you. Not everyone can handle dealing someone dealing with someone famous. Like not everyone is built for that.
Hey,
So am I built for that? I'm not sure. I'm not in love with someone, that is, famous and stuff like that. So I don't know. I'm in love with just a regular guy, but so I don't have to deal with that. But if that's what came with the territory, sure. I know I'd have to, swallow that pill and just, trust my partner, because without trust, what do you have? You have nothing.
that's very true.
Not too much on my man being regular either. Like he
Not too
no
much on
regular,
being
no
regular.
average Joe.
So again, I just think that it becomes a little bit different. I phrased it that way because I think it becomes a little bit different when you are in the public eye and you do have it might be a cute little crush when you're at distance, right? But then when you have the capability or you have the opportunity of getting closer, it becomes a little bit different. Me, I my line in the sand is not fine. My line in the sand is very deep and very intentional, right? I don't care if you gay. I don't care if you Barack Obama. I don't care if you the Dalai Lama. I don't care who you are, what you are. I don't play and cross certain lines. I just don't. I just personally don't. I wouldn't be okay with my significant other fangirling out because she don't saw Usher at a concert. If that's how you feel, you better contain it. And it's not just with me. If you go with your girls, I'm gonna feel the same way. That's just me. I don't play. Listen, but to the point that somebody else made me think of, it's easy to tell who's who and what's what, and who you can play with versus who you can't play with. There's certain things that you can get certain shots off with certain people because I can play with them like that. I'm not one of those guys you can play with. I see something, I say it, that's just is what it is. I'm not saying I'm always right, and sometimes my lady check me and I'll be dead wrong. I'll be dead wrong. And I humbly tuck my tail between my legs, and I'll be like, all right, you got it. And I sit there and I'll be crying, and all right, you got it, but wait to the next one, right? Playfully, So there's times where I'm wrong, but there's times when I'm dead right. And in this moment, if there's something that going back to, I think one of you ladies said, when you understand the person that you're dealing with, you sign up for the person that you're dealing with. And you can't do and get certain things off. Do that. Go to Usher concert before you got into this relationship. Go hug up and do those things with Usher before you got in a relationship. Go do it then. I think that and believe that a lot of women, Keke, wants to be the baby mother. She used Usher as the scapegoat. This is what Keke did. Live on Broadway podcast. Check it out.
It's gonna hurt for me to say this, but it's coming from my heart. It's been a long time coming, and we done been fell apart. I really wanna work this out, but I don't think it's gonna change. I do, but you don't. Think it's best we go our separate ways. And tell me why I should stay in this relationship when I'm hurting, baby. I ain't happy, baby. Plus so many other things I gotta deal with. I think that you should let it burn.
Keke is drinking the Kool-Aid. Keke went outside, recorded Usher, saying Usher, let it burn, and let the people let the chips fall where they may. She's talking about Darius, and we're going to assume such. At least tonight we are. Okay? She talking about it's been a long time coming, but we done been fell apart. Yeah.
Rory, you sound like the people online who made a meme posting Keke Palmer as Chili when they did the TLC movie and were like, yo, and then Usher used to date Chili and she acted as Chili in the VH1 movie. It's a conspiracy theory. That's what it's given right now. I just think that, I don't know. I think that, 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 with regard to your statement about her wanting to be a baby mama, that in fact may be true. Um, I was actually listening to a video on YouTube recently, and this is a little, I guess, deeper than you may want to go, but I'll still say it anyway. And the one of the points that the person who made the video was saying was that historically in interviews she spoke about like having complexes with her appearance, like being a brown skinned woman in Hollywood and wishing she was lighter skinned and things like that. And that person said that they feel like she got with this guy because she wanted quote unquote pretty babies, you know, lighter skin, looser texture hair. And once she got that, then that was all she needed from him because she already has her bag and things like that. So, you know, I'm not going to act like there's no relevancy to the point that she was not looking to be married, but that was just another perspective that I heard from, you know, another commentator, and I just wanted to put that out there.
And
easy. Go for it, D, but she on woke it up.
And yeah, nah, that's woke. And like I told you earlier, it's cheaper to leave them. It's cheaper to leave them, and that's how the women with money. That's how they think. Like, I ain't gotta marry you. Marriage, your women talking this. Oh, that's why he did, because he didn't marry her. That was never on the table. This is not what this discussion is about. They didn't have a feud talking about I want to be married, and he's like outside running around doing this, that, and the third. She the one on stage with Usher. Let's just wake that up.
I mean, what you're really saying is like Michael B. Jordan and what's Shorty name? Shorty that be outside with Trey Songz and Future and all them. What's her name again? Steve Harvey, Lori, right? Where they were speculating.
It's women's liberation. Watch it. Be easy. That she's liberating herself.
Oh my God! Listen, so my mindset and that I think that there's a lot of women that want to be baby mothers, but if you ask them directly, they'll say no, they want their family. And the reason why I'm saying it that way is because when you look at them, when you watch them, when you look at them and you watch the behavior, and I think there's some dudes out there that want to be baby fathers too. Wake that up, Broadway. It would allude to the actions speak more than the words. So how you going to tell me you love me, and that's an action word, and you going to tell me we want to have this baby together? When you commit to having a baby with somebody, the undertone to that is love is an action word. The undertone to that is we're going to be here to raise this baby together and give it and be this baby's biggest support system. I can't see two people having a baby I can't see a man or a woman having a baby without that being an undertone to it. Regardless if you guys work out or not, that's another story. But being able to be there for that child and be the biggest support system and be there for that baby, and I would even take it a step further and say be there for one another. That's what that's giving when you have a baby with somebody. Regardless if that happens or not. That's something different. But maybe she has wrestled with her identity, right? I like that. Maybe she has wanted her baby to not. Is she wrong for not wanting, for wanting her baby to have the life's best opportunities? That what? Homie is a light-skinned curly-haired kid, right? I remember in the 80s, women wasn't even looking at us. They wasn't even looking at us. They was going for the coolie hair, colored eyed dudes. What's the dude named before Michael Ealy? What was the dude named before Michael Ealy? The dude with the eyes, light-skinned dude with, anyway. My point inside saying this is it was Christopher Williams. It was the light-skinned dude that was up and that was winning. And I don't knock it. I don't think it's nothing wrong for, if Keke want to do that, I'm here for it. Go do your thing. I think a woman should be with whatever she want to be with. That's a preference, right? That's called a preference. If you want to be with a dude that's light-skinned, curly hair, green, hazel, whatever color eyes, certain height, it's a preference. I don't knock it. Go for it. You want to be with a white man? Go for it. I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. I don't think it says nothing. There's no messaging attached to that as saying that black men isn't enough. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. Go after exactly what you want. You want to be with a dreadhead dude? Go for it. That's what you envision yourself with. That's what you want your kids to look like and the culture you want your kids to be a part of. Go for it. Nothing wrong with it. But on the reverse, when men start doing it, ladies be like, his mother's black. He said he wants to be with another. He wants to be with another culture. He don't even like black women. Well, when he said that, he never said he didn't like black women. He just said he want to be with a woman of another culture. What's wrong with that? Let it happen. He want a woman. He want a glossy type. He want the woman that looks like she belongs on Instagram. What's wrong with that? Nothing. What's wrong with it? Right.
A glossy type is crazy.
Yo, they want to be with what they want to be with. I say let it burn. Keke makes up a video and insinuates some things. Regardless if it's actual factual or not, maybe she's leaning in on whatever like she did with the shirt. I do think that, or rather, Benoit, could you give us a little bit more backstory on the complex, the Dylan struggles? Sin woke up early about the acne. And the dude, please.
In regards to the acne, Sin was earlier saying that Keke had cystic acne, and she would, years ago, she would always show posts of herself with no makeup on, just to be transparent with her fan base, and people would make constant comments basically ridiculing her and saying that she looked unattractive, she was ugly, look at her, she's not even in my top 20. Like, people would say crazy things about her appearance when she would show herself without any makeup on, with all of the bruising, the acne scars, is all of that showing. And then, to Sin's point, when she had the baby, it was like she did a 180. Her fashion changed, her hair changed, her skin got clearer. And I think she was just feeling really good about herself and was just feeling like she was at her peak. I think that was the point that Sin was making.
Well, if I may really quickly, right? I know this is a hard left, but most women aren't pretty. Let's just get it out there and say what it is, Broadway. Most women, I'm sorry, ladies. Most women just aren't pretty. I'm just going to be and call it exactly what it is tonight. I'm not hiding behind and ducking no smoke. Most women just aren't pretty. They use the makeup to embellish their details. Hey, I'm just calling it what it is. Most women just aren't pretty. They was told that they was pretty so their confidence could be high, whatever the case is. Most women just aren't pretty. I'm sorry, ladies. I'm sorry. Most men hide behind their money and that's all that they got is the insecurity. We'll call it exactly what it is. Exactly what it is. Most women, sorry, they just aren't pretty. And you know who you are. You look in the mirror and you look at the standard of what pretty looks like. I'm not saying that the standard is always right, because we know that be wrong. But look in the mirror, you look at yourself, and then you look at the world and what the world projects and identifies as pretty. I'm not saying that you would have to look like that, right? And sometimes a lot of us men are raised to look deeper than skin deep, right? Is that how you say it? I'm sorry. We're trained to look deeper than just how you look, right? But if we had to base it just on how you look, I'm waking it up because Benoit talked about the makeup. A lot of y'all run to the makeup because the makeup is your saving grace. When you take off the makeup, you look like a whole completely different other person.
Well, Broadway's in the name. Make up. You are making up an image.
Wake that up.
And now for our feature presentation.
Hey, listen, we're going to enter final thoughts, goddammit, because we're going to enter the real final thoughts. Live on Broadway podcast, you can't make this stuff up. Tap in with us. I'm a PTR, go from the top down. Final thoughts, Keke. Do she love him? Nobody knows. I don't know. Maybe they're going through some things. I want to get it from you guys final thoughts. I'm gonna save Benoit for last, so Benny, I'm just gonna skip over you, please. And don't give me a one-liner. Give me your feeling. DWI, final thoughts. Keke Palmer, this whole fiasco. How you feel, beloved?
I feel like people should not insinuate or draw conclusions on a one-sided situation based off of how they feel, because that's projection, and projection is wrong. And I don't feel like off of his one tweet that we feel like he just woke up and just decided to send hate mail out without him feeling a way. And if everybody can't say that, and if it was a reverse, they would feel the same way. They lying, because they be feeling that way already, and they ain't even celebrities.
Before I pass it to Sin, I wanna delineate a little bit more. I'm sorry, forgive me. I'm sorry, we ain't got a lot of time. We're gonna boom this in a moment. But y'all men, y'all know too. Y'all see it. We gentlemen about certain things, so we'll never really say it. Men are never like really honestly just say it. But you know what you're looking at. You know. I'll leave that there. Sin, talk to us.
I hope they can do couples therapy together, regardless if they stay together or not. I think as a family, they need to come to a good place together to raise their son. So I hope they get the help that they both need, because airing your dirty laundry on public is not the way. It's better to do it in private and with a professional.
I'm a professional. Allison, tap in with us. I appreciate that, Sin. Love that. They definitely do though. Or jokes aside. Allison, final thoughts, Queen.
Keke, while Keke got caught up in the moment dealing with Usher, yes, she has a new body. Yes, she got rid of her acne or whatever. But she does need to be held accountable for her behavior with Usher, and he also needs to understand that, like I said previously, she's still a woman. She's still a person. So two things can be true at the same time. I just hope that they can move forward. Clearly she's moving forward, because I don't think they're together anymore. But I will say, once you keep people out of your relationship, it's more likely to thrive because there are no outside influences. So good luck to them.
Yes, of course. Thank you for that, Allison. You kind of lost me on I understand the greater point of what you were saying, but the portion of the understanding that she's still a woman. If I wish we could get that one off. Understand that I'm still a man. I still, like, if dudes want to knock off everything, I wish men could get that one off. But go ahead, tap in with us. Carlito, you buy your mic? All right, bittersweet. Final thoughts.
I just hope they could do better because they have a child together and they could communicate a little more. And he won't have to go to Twitter, and she won't have, she can have a little bit more respect for his feelings. And maybe they can do better because of the baby's sake.
Understood. Lala, final thoughts.
I think broadcasting both of their insecurities was a wrong move for the sake of their child. I agree with Sin. I think counseling will be the best, and I hope that they can move forward amicably.
Love it. I do agree with counseling. Lungria, I'm sorry to ISO you tonight, Queen. Apologies. It was just a lot of daggers and shade and stuff going side by side between me, Allison, Lala. It's just a lot. We had smoke for each other, or playful, respectful banter though. Apologies, Lungria.
All good.
With that, let me see. Okay. Benoit, final thoughts on you, Queen.
Sure. So after people came for Darius for making his comments, he posted another tweet doubling down saying, "We live in a generation where a man of the family doesn't want the wife and mother to his kids to showcase booty cheeks and please others, and how he gets told how much of a hater he is." Now, the comment where he said, um, he does how we live in a generation where a man of the family doesn't want the wife. People were just like, wife where? And so I think he used that language because he understood that saying baby mother didn't sound good. I think he was well aware of that. I think you can't do this stuff a la carte. You cannot cherry pick the aspects of manhood and familyhood and leadership that you want and throughout the rest. And I think that that's where it leaves room for a lot of confusion and problems down the line. I'll park it there.
Yeah, I agree. I certainly agree. Yeah. Hey, listen, man. Measure twice so you only cut once. Seemingly so is the mantra of my life. Final thoughts on Broadway. I think that Keke did nothing wrong to the capacity of what she wore. I think she looked amazing, right? I don't particularly think that I think that ladies, hear me for a moment. I think when you wear something like that, it opens you up for different type of energy to be received. And sometimes that energy that's being received isn't always happy-go-lucky or flirtation, right? Sometimes what that energy is being a woman, you guys know all too well that of your assets, right? And men be menin, right? So just like I think she looked good. I think what she wore would have been more appropriate if it was worn with her significant other. I don't think that's something that she should have worn with her girls. I'm not saying that she couldn't look sexy still while, doing other stuff, I think that it's very possible to still look sexy and still be, without having your boobs on your chin or whatever the case may be. If you with your man, it's a little bit different. The reason why I say that is because he's there to protect you. That's the reason why we're here. We're here to protect you. Understand me? And dudes will think think twice before trying a woman that they see with a man. Respectfully, right? Dudes would think twice, but dudes won't think twice if they see a lady. I don't care if it's a bunch of ladies. A dude keep the mentality of, yo, I'm stronger than you still, right? And do certain things. And I don't think that what she wore, think she looked amazing. I liked what she wore. Just don't think it was appropriate to be out without her man the way that she dressed, right? Take from that what you will. I also believe that we live in a society where everything is very instant, and it's not just if men are the head and ladies, you guys are the neck. We could put a lot of stock in the brain, right, in the head, but that neck, if that neck don't move, then nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's very important to get around it and navigate. It's hard when that neck don't move. What are you saying, Broadway? What I'm saying is it's still the duty of a woman, to protect her significant other. It's not just the duty of a man and us to protect you all. It's y'all duty to protect us too. It just looks a little different. I think that Keke was out of pocket and out of line for doing some of the things that she did on that stage. I think that there's been other implications of other examples of women in that same situation, and they didn't do what Keke did. Maybe she's, new to the body, new to the thing, but that's why, as a man, you don't want to get somebody that's not used to a certain amount of attention or that's not used to a certain body, that's not used to being the one out of her group, right? Because when you date the woman that's not the one in the group, she tends to follow and do the things that the one in the group does say. You understand what I'm saying? Hopefully y'all get that. I think that it's very important for us as men to be mindful of the women that you choose to be with, procreate with, so forth and so on. And I think that Keke, I think that she's pretty. I wouldn't say she's gorgeous, or I wouldn't say she's beautiful or gorgeous, but I think that Keke is pretty. And I think that Keke sass and energy carries her way more than her beauty does, just being honest. I'm not saying I'm going to be politically correct here, but I think her how you say that, her personality will carry her further than what her beauty would. I appreciate everybody tapping in with us tonight. Shout out to DWI Music. That's not the drop. Shout out to Sin. Shout out to Big Benny, not the little one. Shout out to Allison. I see you, Queen. Shout out to Lala. Love fighting with you on air, Queen. One of my favorite things to do. I'll see you next Monday. I'm here every Monday, 7 p.m. No. Bittersweet. Love your very short point of views, but very powerful and impactful as well. Shout out to you, Lungtria. Appreciate everybody tapping in with us. Shout out to Allison, Trey. Shout out to my bad, Terica. Shout out to everybody, YouTube viewership. Shout out to everybody tapping with us on YouTube viewership. We appreciate the donations. Yeah, guys, Keke, this is our 2 cents on it. Appreciate everybody tapping in with us. And I do hope and I do pray for that relationship to work, because bigger than any opinion that any of us formed here tonight, who's right, who's wrong, that baby loses. That baby loses. You know, I'm pro family, and family can only work one way. And that's with both of you guys being on the same page. You can't be divided, because then you guys ultimately grow apart when you just staying together for the strength of the baby. You know, so Live on Broadway podcast. Y'all know my Bob. Y'all know my vibe. Y'all know my body. It's cheaper to be yourself. Be giant. Pooh.
Click.
Do you have relationship questions you need answered? Spicy topics? DM us at Live on Broadway podcast. Have music, products, or an ad you want us to run? Email us at Live on Broadway podcast. Be sure to tap in. Mondays, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Live on IM_Broadway's Instagram.